Hello, distinguished educators. I trust you are all staying safe. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me welcome you to today's program. And we are going to start in a moment. Apologies for starting behind schedule. We had some technical glitches and we had to resolve them before starting the meeting. Okay, so we will start the meeting shortly with the national anthem. Shall we recite the national anthem? Educators, I trust you are all staying safe. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let's... Okay.
I was like, even the one in school was not, it was a Keynote. God, it's so good.
You are all welcome. Distinguished, our distinguished Tutor General is here right on time. We are going to listen to his opening speech on this occasion of the two-day virtual space science education training for Lagos State teachers. Welcome, Mr. Tutor General Permanent Secretary, sir, Mr. Olusegun Oshiki, for Education District 4. We are honored and privileged to have you on this special occasion. Thank you for coming, sir. You have the floor.
Thank you, Oluwabamike. Good morning. Have a good day. We are still in the morning because it's 11:51. Good morning to everybody. Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Mrs. Oluwabanke and the whole house. I'm afraid I'm in a function. I just have to sit back in the car and give this remark at this point in time. So just take me as I am. I'm going to manage to say one or two things. So please, our esteemed teachers, let's be attentive. Good day, esteemed teachers. And thank you for joining us for this exciting Space Science in Education Summit. Today, as we gather for the final day of this virtual summit to explore the fascinating realm that has always sparked curiosity and wonder. The mysteries of space. We also
Sir, please unmute. Hello, sir. Please unmute. Can you hear me?
yes, very well. Can you hear me as well?
Yes, you can now begin your speech, sir.
Okay, let me start once again. I want to welcome you once again to the day 2 of this exercise. So I say good day, esteemed teachers, and I thank you for joining us for this exciting space science in education summit. Today, as we gather for the final day of this virtual summit to explore the fascinating realm that has always sparked curiosity and wonder, the mysteries of space, we also remind ourselves of something equally profound: the power we have as educators to inspire, to ignite curiosity, and to shape the futures of our students. Space science provides a unique opportunity for us all, whether in STEM or non-STEM disciplines, to teach beyond textbooks and connect our students with real-world applications of learning. You don't need to be a science teacher to explore the vastness of space. Every subject has a place in this conversation. Imagine the history lessons woven into the race to the moon, the creative writing inspired by envisioning life on Mars, or the critical thinking fostered by debating space exploration's impact on the Earth. And as we venture into new methods and ideas, I want to encourage you to embrace the unknown, both for yourself and for your students. Let's cultivate classrooms where curiosity thrives, where students are encouraged to ask why and what if. You are the architects of their dreams. Every lesson you deliver, every question you entertain contributes to their journey. Together, let's make space science a gateway to lifelong learning and to inspire our students to reach for the stars. I want to thank you so very much for your concentration, for your attitude during the first day of the exercise. Today, I want to thank you equally for your dedication, for your passion, and your courage to lead the way. I'm sincerely yours, Segun Oshinaike, the Tutor General Permanent Secretary of Education District 4, the booming district. I want you all to please ensure that what we started yesterday and possibly ending today shall not go unnoticed. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you once again, Oluwabanke Adenusi, for this beautiful contribution to our education development. God bless you. Have a nice conversation. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Can you all please join me to thank the Tutor General? Say thank you in the comments. It's not easy for a leader of over 3,000 teachers. Despite his busy schedule, he was with us throughout yesterday, and he also started with us again today. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you so very much. Well done, and God bless you all.
Amen.
All right.
All right, sir. Okay, so distinguished educators, you are welcome to day 2. The next person who will be speaking with us is she was former senior special assistant to the government of Lagos State, the former senior special advisor, I beg your pardon, on education to the government of Lagos State before she moved to Kwara State as the current senior special advisor on education. That's Dr. Adetola Salau. And unfortunately, she is not feeling too well, but let me see. We are going to she sends her apologies, and I am checking to see if she's in the building to just say a word or two, but she won't be able to deliver she will not be able to deliver her presentation as she planned. She sends her apologies. She has always been a big sister, very supportive. When we held the training for District 6, she was there live. She joined us live. But this time around, she is currently not disposed. However, the recording of her presentation is available on the YouTube channel. So I will get the link, and then you can jump to our own presentation. I'll tell you where to jump to for you to have that access to that recording. That presentation is powerfully loaded, and you don't want to miss it. However, moving on, Mrs. Adeola Akinsulure is she's a Fulbright scholar, and she recently won the Lagos the Teacher of the Year Morse Award. She's here with us, and she will be making her own presentation. She's my beautiful sister, amazing Adeola. I love her so much, and we've been working together. It is an honor to have Mrs. Adeola Akinsulure join us today. The video of her profile, the link to that video will be sent to the group. So we don't want to waste time reading the profile. We will make the profile videos links of all our speakers available to you on the WhatsApp platform. So Mrs. Adeola Akinshilure, welcome. Please unmute and
thank you.
you have the
Already
floor.
unmuted.
Give her a
Good
round of applause.
afternoon.
Use the chat. Welcome her. Clap, clap, clap. Clap,
All
clap,
right.
clap.
Thank you, Dr. Banke. Good
Are we?
afternoon.
Yeah.
I hope I'm audible.
Good afternoon. Good. Yes, you
All
are.
right. So please just pardon me. There are lots of distraction all around. I think I've explained earlier that I'm actually in transit. I got an unexpected delay, so I couldn't get back home before this time. However, thank God that I actually followed my mind by carrying my laptop when I was leaving the house. So I just had to quickly get into the car to connect. So good afternoon, everybody, every teacher in Education District 4. I am so excited to be part of this initiative, and I want to start by appreciating our powerful and jet CGPS. Thank you so much, sir, for all that you are doing. Thank you for being a great inspiration to all of us as teachers. And I must really commend your efforts, sir. Thank you, sir, for all that you're doing. And I was really impressed when I saw the posts of Education District 4 about this program. I said, wow, I can't afford, the TGPS is involved, and the district has posted it. No, I must get ready. I must be prepared. Thank you so much, sir, for the great support that you're giving us as teachers. We do not take it for granted. We are so grateful. And I also want to thank my dear sister, Dr. Banke. Thank you for all that you are doing. Thank you for the energy, my energetic sister. Thank you for the energy to push. So once again, dear colleagues, I want to say good afternoon, and I am so excited to meet every one of us. My name is Adiola. Please just pardon me. I will not be able to turn on my camera because of my network at the moment. I just want everything to run smoothly, because if I have to turn on the camera, that might drag the connection backwards. So I'm Adiola Kishulure, and this afternoon, let me start by sharing my screen. I'm going to be sharing just a minute, please. Let me quickly pull up my slide. So we're going to be looking at developing creative student projects using robotics. That's what we're going to be looking at this afternoon. And I'm going to be using, thank God, because I remember the last time I had to rush through my slides. So, it's actually, well, not like a mixed feeling though, because my wonderful boss, our wonderful boss, because she's been with us in Lagos before she went to Kwara, Dr. Tola Salau. She has been so supportive. So I am actually going to miss her. And at the same time, I am also a little bit excited that at least I will have enough time to really go through my slide. So it's like a mixture of the two. Let me share the slide now. Please, can you enable me to share my slide? Okay, thank you. So I want to believe we can all see my slide. Dr. Banke.
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. All right, so thank you very much. If there is anything, sorry? Okay, so if you need me to stop at any time or if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box. Then once I'm done with the presentation, we can look at our questions together. Please, as much as possible, I want it to just let's try and enjoy the session together. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat box. Once I'm done, I would address it. So we want to look at how can we develop creative ways by which we can actually develop student projects using robotics. We all know that the world presently is tending towards technology. Like there's practically anything you would do now that you don't need technology for. So how can we develop student projects using robotics? And all the students at times I have come to realize that at the moment they are really tired of all our talk. They are just tired. They want something practical. They want something engaging. And I tell you that you will be shocked when you bring these students together, when you give them the opportunity, especially to explore technology, you'll be shocked at what they know. Just recently, we had the opportunity of entering into a competition and we had to develop an animation using Scratch, blah, blah, blah. So the solution we wanted to create was focused on the environment. So you actually pick whatever you want, but we actually decided to develop that animation to profile a solution to environmental challenges. And me, I was still thinking that, oh, where will I start from? I am going to go and look for probably somebody that will come and train the students. I have to look for somebody that will come and train the students, blah, blah, blah. I was already thinking of how I was going. So by the time I called them together and I just told them, oh, this is what, oh, SMMA, we already know, blah, blah, blah. Before I knew it, they actually came up with their animation. I just gave them this and that. Okay, we just want to solve this problem on environment challenges, and I tell you, they did everything all by themselves. So I'm telling you, you'll be surprised at the level of knowledge that these students that they already have about technology. So it's really important that we are able to nurture this talent within them. So robotics is always an exciting and engaging way to teach any level. Do you understand? So it's by building and programming your own robots. So robotics is about programming the robots to solve challenges. And when we talk of challenges, it could be, like I said, in my own case now, it was environmental challenges that we were solving. In some other cases, it could be healthcare challenges. In some other cases, it could be agricultural challenges, transportation challenges, communication. So there are actually lots and lots of solutions that robotics can be used in solving. All right, so some of the other functions or some of the other things that we can actually use robotics to do is in exploring ash environments. For example, there are actually some parts of the planet that we cannot go to physically. Thank God that Dr. Banker will be taking you through space exploration. You're going to be learning so much about the space and the rest. So there are still some parts that even the explorer, all our scientists, our space explorer, there are still some places that is the satellites that they will send there. There are some places that it's robotics that they will send in there to go and explore what is there. Probably because of the weather over there is not conducive. And I think one of Dr. Banker's session that I attended, they were actually asking that for astronauts that go into the space, how do they excrete? You know, I don't know if you have actually discussed that, but I never thought of that. How do they grow their own plants outside when they are out of the Earth and they are in another planet? How are they able to? They are in the space. How are they able to do so many things? So as much as the condition outside the earth presently, some part of it could be very harsh. So instead of going in there, they can actually send robots to get information for them for data collection. So to do what the same thing that they would do if they are there physically, and they can actually monitor the robots while the robot is there. So in places that are inaccessible to human, robots can actually go there and still perform the same function that they would have done if they are there physically. Another thing is for sample collection and analysis. So your robot can actually help you with sample collection. It can help you with analyzing even those information, those samples that has been collected. So, and it can actually still return back to the earth when the mission is accomplished over there. So it can still come back. You can control it wherever you are, and it can come back to you. I was actually watching a short clip yesterday. I don't know if some of us were aware of this Ogun River flooding some parts of Lagos and Ogun states. So I was watching the area view of the whole place that was flooded, and it's so amazing. Imagine if, I don't know, if I have to fly up there, I don't know, even if I have to climb up maybe 2 or 3 or 5 story building, I may not be able to get that view. But imagine with a drone, they can actually go places that are inaccessible. That drone can actually go all the way in. It can capture whatever they need to capture. It was actually an amazing view watching those things. So that's what robotics can do for you. All right. It can also be used for construction and maintenance of satellites in the space. So there are sometimes that they don't necessarily, astronauts, they don't necessarily have to go into the space. Probably they need to maintain a particular satellite that is monitoring a particular place. They don't just have to go all the time into the space to go and do that maintenance. Those are the things that they can actually send, robotics can actually do for them. Also, let us look at some key concepts and skill. If I am too fast, please, you can just let me know so that I can slow down. So what are some key robotic concepts and skills that we actually need to talk about? There's actually the programming and the coding aspects. That's where students learn how to write codes and to control. And when we're talking of codes, I know for somebody like me, whenever I hear code, I become afraid that, oh, this is something I can't do. So there are a lot of applications now that you can actually use. You don't even need to have the programming skills before you can program. You can just do after 2 minutes turn to the right, after 2 seconds turn to the left, just basic English. And before you know it, your robot will respond. And during this particular program that I had with my students, that was my first encounter. Fine, I've been attending programs where I learn about robots, but this was my first encounter where I would actually be teaching students how to program robots. And it was really interesting and exciting. Even for the students, it was really an amazing time together. So where am I going to? At the moment, you really don't need all the code, or maybe you need to study this, you need to do that. No, to even program robots, even as a teacher. So there are lots of applications that all you need to do is just download the application, even on your phone, and just put in what you want it to achieve. I know that very soon, I think recently Lagos State, there was a robotic competition, and you see at times you look at those students how they're doing it, it is just easy. And so as teachers, When our students, when they need help, are we able to offer help to them? Also, there's the mechanical aspect. Apart from the programming and coding aspect, there's also the mechanical design aspect where students will design. They will build physical structure. Like in this case now, we used American Corner. They provided us all the robots that we needed. So the student had to couple it together. They coupled it together, then they programmed it to perform some function. So you can actually program it to perform functions like, pick up this, do that. And that's what robots is for, to assist human in whatever we are doing in our daily lives. You know, there are some restaurants like abroad that maybe you just see one or two people working. Every other thing, they have this programmed robot that is doing it for them, you know, and is just doing it in a repetitive way, just like that. Then there's also the sensor aspects of the robots. There's a sensor aspect, and that is the one that you use to gather information and also provide feedback for decision making. And of course, the problem solving aspects of your robotics. So like I told us, the purpose is actually to solve problems around us, to assist us as human beings. All right, I think there's a video. Let me see. I think this is a video, yes. All right, so that's what, I don't know if we were able to get the audio, but what I was just trying to show those students is how simple, like the basic principle of programming a robot, it is just so easy. So I was doing all that with my phone, and we saw that robot responding to the instruction that has been given to it. So without the sensor anyway, it will not be able to respond. So that's why we have to look at all the concept that is involved, the problem solving aspect of it, the sensor aspect, the programming aspect of it, the mechanical design of the robots, because all these play a major role in your robots performing effectively well. So how do we design a robotic-based project? That's where we are going to. How do we design a robotic-based project? So the first thing that we need to do is that we should define our learning objective. Like I told you, when we needed to design an animation, we had to first decide, what do we want to achieve? So in our own case, we said, we want to use this to solve environmental challenges around us. In your own case, you can decide that, we want to use it to solve transportation issue. Maybe in a particular side in Yaba, there is always congestion. Every time of the day, there's always congestion there. Okay, so we want to design a robotic concept that will solve the transportation. Probably at this time, it will tell these people wait, then it will allow these people to go, it will allow this, then maybe there might even, like I told you that there's the sensor aspect. There's a sensor aspect. There are sometimes that the traffic lights will tell you to stop. However, there's no car passing. So they can do it in such a way that that's another level that you can even you can take your own design to that. Okay, we want to design a traffic light. We want to design a traffic light that would be that can that can sense when there are cars moving or cars are not moving. So there are some times that you just have to wait and wait and wait. No car is moving, and it has tell you on your own part that you should stop. However, on the other side, there's no movement, but you can integrate. You can, in our own learning objective, this is what we want to achieve, that okay, in situation, or perhaps there are times where no car is coming from probably this end or that end, then they will allow the other car. Probably you are supposed to stop, but there's no other car coming. then you can go. So you need to sit down and define your learning objective with your students. Then, after defining your learning objective, what you want to achieve through the robotic project, then you can now choose the platform that you want to use. Probably you want to use Scratch, you want to use this, you want to use there's this other application, I've forgotten the name. That was the one I used during my events, and it was very, very easy. So you need to also um explore, look at different options that you have, different platforms that you would like to leverage on. Then you now need to design the activity that you want to achieve, or challenges that you need to achieve, so that your student can actually use that as a guide for their project. All right, so also in defining your learning objective, like I said, you should consider the technical aspects of it, the technical skill aspects of it. So your student, they need to understand, they need to have like a foundational knowledge of at least the programming languages. But like I told you, there are a lot of our applications now that you can use that you really don't need to learn those programming languages. So all you need to do is just download the application, just look at it, and allow your student to study it. So the technical aspect of it, then the problem aspect of it, the collaboration aspect of it, and finally you need to take into cognizance the application of whatever you're designing. You need to also put that in consideration. Then you need to also, while you're trying to come up with your students, I think I've said a little bit about this. You need to know what the theme for the project that you want to work on. Like in my own case, environmental, you can decide that, okay, we want to do something on sustainability, we want to do something on healthcare, we want to do something on agriculture. I think if you go online, there are lots of I think I watched one I think in Dubai, yes, in Dubai, where for their agri, the place it's a desert, it's more of a desert. So they have this drone. The drone goes probably at, I don't know the time, but it goes and they use the drone to drop water. They use the drone to drop chemicals, to drop whatever they need to drop on the plants. So there are a lot of things. You need to design the theme that you want your project to be on. Then if it's on transportation too, yes, you need to design it to navigate complex. I think most of the time, the one they use in Lagos State, they incorporate the challenges. I mean the robotic challenges that they normally design here in Lagos. They incorporate transportation into it, because transportation is one of the major challenges that we have here in Lagos. So you can actually look at the challenges that you have around you. Then you can leverage on that challenge to design your project for your students. All right, then when it comes to the project phase, when it comes to when you need to deliver your project, you need idea generation. Is very important that it should not be teacher-centered. Designing your project should not be teacher-centered. You should focus also on your students. It's very important that you are able to allow your students to generate their own ideas. You are going to be amazed with what they will come up with. I think I shared my own experience with you when we had to come up with a solution. It was amazing with what they came up with. They came up with amazing backgrounds, characters, so many things. I opened my mouth like this. I said, so these students have gone, no, so it's also very important that you're able to carry your students along in your idea generation. Then let them conduct research on existing technology solutions and challenges related to that team that you have chosen. So if, for example, you have chosen that you want to do a project on sustainability, let them go and do research on it. Give them this thing, maybe a day between now and tomorrow. Yeah, everybody go and make research. Go and do something. Go and learn. Go and come up with ideas that we can actually use, that we can integrate into this our project that we want to do. Then you can now start designing. You can start building. Then, of course, after building, you need to test. And you need to test what the solution that you have created. You need to test it before your final presentation. So here are some engaging activities that you can use robotics for. You can use it for races. You can use it for sumo, like wrestling. You can use it for maze challenge. This maze challenge too, they also is also incorporated in that of Lagos. They'll tell you find your way. So you can put your robot in a particular place, then they'll tell you find your way to the other end of the maze. So they have to look for how to get out of the maze. So which is like it's going to involve critical thinking and problem solving. So the students, they have to design how are they going to, okay, after 2 step turn right, after this turn left, go forward, go backward, U-turn, like that. So they need to there are a lot of engaging activities too that you can use robotics for. And here are some real world connection. To actually make one thing about robots is that at times when we are just saying it, it's better when you are on the field, when you really experience it. That's when you would enjoy it. It's not just about this theoretical or talk. It's when you are able to like work with it, you're able to use it to solve solution. That's when you you you're able to achieve more with it. So in creating your project using robotics, it's also very important that you're able to talk to professionals around you. You can bring them, like I have a friend that is into robotics. As much as me, I am not a professional like that. I don't have much knowledge about robotics. However, I brought her into my class. So you can actually look for people like that. You can bring in their videos. You can bring them if they have the time. You can bring them into your class. You can also encourage your students to go into robotic competition. And thank God Lagos State is giving us that platform for us to, so that it's not when our students, when they leave school, they are not they are not feeling out of place. They're able to even compete with their counterparts outside the shores of Nigeria. Guest speaker, yes, you can bring guest speaker too. You can bring them to let them come and talk to the student, let them encourage them, let the student ask them questions, because you might not be able to answer all their questions, but when you bring in the professional can answer all their questions. Then reflection, it's also very important. Help them to reflect, self-assess. Let them analyze challenges around them or that they face. Let them analyze, let them talk, let them discuss about it. Then let them look at future application. Okay, I hope what happened now? Sorry. Okay. So it's also important. All right. So I think for this integration of robotics into your curriculum, I think that's another topic that I think is Inka that will have taken that. So how are we able to integrate robotics into physics, into mathematics, into computer science? I think that's another aspect that will have been addressed by another speaker. All right, so I think I've mentioned this, what we can use robots for: healthcare, manufacturing, disaster response. Just recently, we had my Fulbright program. They had this, I don't know, some of us, if we heard about Hurricane Helene. They were affected by Hurricane Helene, and it's caused a lot of damage to that community. in North Carolina. However, they were able to leverage on robots to be able to take care, to assist them in solving some of those some of the havoc rather that has been caused by the disaster. So it's actually also you can actually use it for disaster response, and I think I've mentioned in agric too. Then we can use it in project presentation, project documentation. Then while we are assessing and evaluating, it's also very important as teachers that we should be observant. We should be able to guide our students. So we shouldn't just leave them to creating the project all by themselves. However, we should help them, we should observe, we should guide them and give them all the necessary support that they would need. All right. So of course, you're going to have probably there are sometimes that you might have challenges while you're trying to build your robots or while you're trying to work on your robotic projects. So I'm going at the end of this training, I have some links that I'm going to share with us. So it's also important that we have access to those resources. It will also help us. All right. Okay, we can skip this. So in conclusion, as I wrap up, robotics is actually an indispensable tool for space exploration. So, and is actually going to enable us to reach further than we can actually imagine. Then it will help us understand more and unlock the secrets of the universe. I tell you, there is no space exploration without robotics. Dr. Banke, you want to argue that?
Not at all.
Please
But
bring your
I
sister.
have a lot to share with all our
Bring her
colleagues.
in.
So then
Okay.
this is just the first stage of multiple trainings that we will hold from time to time to keep them
Okay.
and so that they can also prepare our students in that regard.
Okay, very
We have
good.
some
Thank you so
questions
much.
for you.
Yes, I'm coming. I was so let me just wrap up. So I was just trying to just get a support from you that there is no space exploration without robotics. So it is intertwined. We need it for so many things, and we can use it to solve so many challenges around us. So these are the resources that I said I was going to drop. I think Dr. Banker, you can actually help with sharing my slide so that they can get these links out of it. So thank you very much. You can scan this to stay in touch with me. Thank you very much for listening. All right.
Thank you so much. So you can go to one of the slides since we can't see your face, and especially the one that connects
Oh, sorry, somebody's writing on the screen. Like, I can't really see anything. Hello? Okay. Wow. Hello, Dr. Banker.
that fantastic presentation. Please
All
share
right.
your screen and leave it as on that part where we have various subject connections.
Okay, subject connections is okay.
Yeah. So the first question we have here, how can we use robotics to solve problems in the classroom setting? Bolaro Elijah is asking that. So you can just leave the slide here. Bolaro Elijah is asking, how can we use robotics to solve problems in the classroom setting? That's a very fantastic question. Did you get that?
Okay, yes. So like even when we are robotics is whatever device that you can use to assist you that you can use to so I think in my last program one of our invited guests told us that do you even know that robots can now be used to carry out surgery? And my students, they were like hearing that for the very first time, and they were really they were wowed. So it actually depends on which particular subject you are looking at. So since we are talking about science, that's why I if we are all science teachers, so for
No,
physics,
we have non-STEAM teachers too.
oh,
Yes.
okay. I
So
thought
this
it's
person is just
them.
asking in the classroom set,
Okay,
broadly
okay.
now.
So you know there are lots of aspects of robots and like everything comes together in play. Now, do you know that even coupling ordinary puzzle, just coupling puzzle, maybe this I don't know, but we get when I mean puzzle, you know what I mean by puzzle. So
Yes.
ordinary coupling puzzles together, you know, there's a part of robotics that has to do with mechanical design where they need to couple parts together. So the same way, robotics has so many aspects. So it's not that you have to bring a robot to your class to now come and say, okay, use robot to teach my class or whatever, or teach my students rather. No. So there are lots of other aspects, like programming aspects of this. Do you know that even our students, they can use the programming aspects to design a solution for your subjects? They can like that's one that I said that my student they had to design. The design, it was an animation that they designed to solve environmental problem around them. So you can actually it's not necessarily that it has to be one aspect. You can look at the other aspects of it. It could be the design aspect of it. It could be the programming aspect of it. It could be the problem solving aspects of it. So like physics now, for example, somebody, a physics teacher, there's no way you will not talk about motion. You will not talk about force. All these things, they come into being when you're coupling a respond to the programming that it has been programmed to do. There's the electrical aspects of it. If something happens to the battery now, hey, if something happens to the battery of the robot, it's not going to respond. If the robot has not been well charged, it's not going to respond. So for a physics teacher, you're going to talk about electronics, you talk about the mechanics like motion, forces, and the rest. For mathematics, you're going to talk about calculation. Take 2 steps forward, turn right. Take two steps backward, turn left, or make a U-turn. You know, even all these our map that tells us in 2 minutes, in 80 kilometer, I mean in 500 kilometer or 500 meters, turn right, in this turn left, you know, all these, they are programs. They are programs. Um, okay, I think I've mentioned that too. Any other question? Computer science too. It also has to do with programming. Hello? Hello, please. Dr. Banke, can you hear me? Hello, please. Can you hear me? I've told you people, behave yourself.
Like I'm tired. There's a borrow for me, no problem. But I don't know. Who's that guy? Like, I'm okay carrying. Already, me, move by a bit already. That is too young. What will be long? Or men of future. Possible enjoyment very well. I'm very sure. Because I'm okay carrying now. I can see. Of course. Yes, now. It will need. So, I'm about sorry. But yes. Because everything back there, the money was okay. And so, I'm very sure who wanted that. So, we go gather. You like to go because it's swimming. So they can make up mind you are sort of more straight. Do you love me? Don't have to buy my body so can you tell me down. No, let me move. Could work this time? I'm a pound sorrow. But I mean, I take a plan, I take a look down, a pound sorrow. What am I saying here? So, coming to up me dying. He's crying, don't go now. I like what Joe. Okay. Over real estate. Everywhere is quiet. Everybody more quiet. understand. Yeah, you understand. Anyway, for myself,